Well, and he was also the person that gave me my first opportunity to have an endorsement. You know, I was a broke drummer, and at the time when No Doubt was kind of playing around in clubs and stuff, none of the other companies wanted to touch me, and Daniel approached me. He was very kind to make me that first snare drum. It was a big deal, because before that it was pick up the Recycler magazine and see what I could find used and go drive to the valley.
So you're just kind of playing whatever you can get your hands on.
Absolutely.
Then this man just comes over to you and says, "Hey, I have something for you."
Yeah, custom, brand new, really, and I don't have to pay for it. That's really kind.
So looking back, just going through the years, would you have thought just that one snare and just even the band would end up playing a Sphere now?
No. When we were making Tragic Kingdom, it took so long partly because the record company kept delaying us, and we didn't even know if that record was going to come out. So we were just doing our thing, going to school, working our jobs. We would get a phone call. "Oh, hey, we got a deal in a studio. Come up and track this weekend." We get like 2 more songs tracked. And that was going on for months and months and months, which turned into 2.5 years. And just to finish that record and actually have it come out was a win for us. And by the way, that's how the Beacon Street collection came about, because those songs were all written around the same time. We just knew those songs were not going to make Tragic Kingdom, and we just said, we know we're signed, but fuck it, we're gonna put out this self-made album that we recorded in our home studio, the Beacon Street garage, and we're just gonna put it out. We didn't even, the record company didn't even care, and we just made CDs ourselves and sold them at shows.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
so really, the Beacon Street record came out first, but it's really a B-sides to Tragic Kingdom.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what was your reaction when you saw that Tragic Kingdom was climbing the charts and it slowly became, just...
It was quite shocking, because it goes from hearing yourself the first time on the radio and we're all hugging it out and celebrating, and that felt like, such a big deal, to, oh, wow, we're in the middle of the bill on the festivals in 96, and the songs on the radio, and wow, we can go sell at clubs in Cleveland now, or in other states, and instead of playing to empty clubs outside of Southern California. And because that record had so many hits in it and it lasted so long, we circled the globe 3 times. So we weren't at home to watch this thing fully blow up, because we would start it in clubs, then we went to theaters, and then we circled the globe again in arenas. And by the time I got to that, our lives had changed, and it was quite overwhelming, to be honest.
Now, with your follow-up, did you now feel this overwhelming sense of pressure to
100%? Oh yeah. Yeah.
How did you combat that?
There really wasn't a way to combat it. I mean, we felt it, but we just recorded songs, wrote and recorded songs like we had been. I mean, I guess there was a different feeling because there was eyeballs on us, whereas before there were not very many eyeballs on us. And I'm actually super proud of Return of Saturn. I'll go on record. I'm going to say I think that's our best album. My bandmates totally disagree with me.
Now, did you write most of that record while you were doing that tour cycle of Tragic Kingdom?
No, we got home, and then that record was written in a rental house mainly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I mean, also at that point, you guys must have been pretty locked in for just the sheer amount of touring you did too.
We were playing well. Yes. Our confidence had grown significantly as musicians. Yes.
Okay. And now going to the follow-up, how did that come about? Walk me through the recording process of that.
For Rocksteady?
Rocksteady.
That record was definitely more of a let's have fun approach. And we ended up using, I think, 7 different producers, and we were just experimenting. And that's why that record's kind of all over the place. It was recorded in multiple countries. like I said, 7 different producers. Stylistically, you kind of have like "Hey Baby," which is like a pop dance hall song, but then there's other songs that are a little bit more rock leaning. The ones that Rick Ocasek produced were, a little bit more new wave rock feeling, and it's a pretty fun record to make. And then we went to Jamaica for 2 of the songs. That was a lot of fun.
So you actually went to Jamaica to record that? Or
Yes.
Where was the studio, or what was the studio name in Jamaica?
It was called G Jam, out in the hillside outside of Port Antonio. And there were the nights were quite fun. We would go to these, these dance hall parties at the clubs, and man, it was just a rip roaring good time. And then during the day we would record.
So you were kind of on vacation at the same time as making
100%.
Envious and jealous. But yeah, we're just continuing down the line. So do you remember what is it, your light up kit that we used at the Super Bowl? Is that going to make an appearance anytime soon?
Well, it did at Coachella 2 years ago. Yeah.
How was that getting back to with the band and performing at Coachella?
That was well, we had always wanted to play Coachella, and when we decided to do it, it was a big deal because we hadn't played in 9 years. And so, when you're on tour, there's you get into a rhythm, and there's a groove to it, and there's, it's second nature. And when you don't tour very much, there's nothing second nature. You just, when you step out on the stage and it's Coachella, it's like, shit,